screw it. I'm going to go live. I'm going to go early. Because you guys are worth it. And because I'm just sitting here with the camera set up waiting to go live. I can just go live. So here I am. Hi guys, how you doing? I am here to talk about episode 8 of season 1 of Lower Decks. So
someone's trying to...
Really? A commercial? Anyway, I see we got a super chat from Olivia. She told me not to worry about this. She was going to correct it in another super chat. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to read it. Olivia, let me know if I'm supposed to read that super chat or not. But welcome, guys. And thank you, Project Achieva. Yes, I've seen the new Uber Eats commercial. It's kind of dumb. Why did I get an ad? Yeah, I got an ad for Wish. So, on my own video. So, how does that work? I don't know. Squadron Chorus, hi, how's it going? Olivia Julius, the one that is up there. Yes, I retracted my old one. Oh, okay. So Olivia Julius, thank you very much, throws in $5, which is awesome. And she says, I got a new song to annoy Trekyards with. What's humanity all about? It's puzzle time. It's puzzle time. But seriously, I hate the ending. It felt too cheap. Which ending specifically? The ending about the party? Or the ending about the lack of clarity on the ship? Or the Q ending, which was just kind of a joke thing? So let me know which ending you're talking about specifically, Olivia. I thought this was a really fantastic episode. Gorns are mammals. I greet you. I greet you as well. Gorns are mammals. This was a really fun episode. By far, I think this is my favorite out of all of them so far. This was a really fun ride, and one that I really appreciated. I thought it was really good. The Q thing was great. The fact that there was 2 segments with him was awesome. We weren't quite expecting that much, but that was great to see that, and I'm glad that they kind of either misled us that there was less, or just that we assumed there was less. I can't remember. But yeah, I thought this was a fun episode. It showed Boimler being totally competent and totally like on point with his Starfleetism, and it showed Mariner not knowing what the situation was, especially in the jail cell or the dungeon or the waiting room, the greeting room, I don't know what you'd call it, where she's like scoping around for a way to get out and couldn't do it. So it kind of throws all of the whole, Mariner is always saving the day kind of out the window, because this one Boimler really did. The way Boimler did that last speech about Starfleet and not always knowing what's going on was actually kind of great. So there's a lot about this episode that I really enjoyed, and I'm kind of giving you all my thoughts about it right up front. Before the live even scheduled to start, so there's probably not anybody here. That being said, there are 49 people here, which is awesome. So 27 likes, which is okay. We can probably hit at least 40 likes. If you haven't hit like yet, hit like. And yeah. Let's see. Olivia says about the party. I thought that was kind of funny. It was a nice turn, but yeah, I can see why that would disappoint you. Squadron Course says that would imply there's such a thing as Gorn milk. Ugh. Not a band to count. Alamarine, count to 4. Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, and you will see Alamarine come with me on this magical journey where we talk about Veritas, episode 8. Good twist ending, silly but twisty, says Project Achieva. Chuck says Q was great. Marvin R, I have YouTube Premium, so I shouldn't be getting ads. Oh, okay. Well, blame YouTube. I don't know what to say about that. Gorns are mammals. Did you see the gowns at the Gorn wedding? Memories. I didn't specifically notice that, Jill, which is odd because I notice memories. And I've seen it, what, 4 times now today. So it is what it is. Ozzy puts in $5. Damn it, Q, go pick on Picard. Picard just makes wine. He no fun now. Okie dokie, skeleton hands. Yeah, he just quotes Shakespeare and makes wine. That was great. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. I have made it. Currently looking in my house for my new cat. He is sleeping or hiding. I named him Finrod after the lion or the king from Silmarillion. How are you doing today, Captain? I'm doing well. I'm glad you got a new cat. Hope you find him. And good to see you. I don't know if you want me to say your real name or not, but good to see you. Ryan K, like this one a lot, but it's the first time the senior staff kind of pissed me off. No point keeping the fact that it's a party a secret. Well, I don't think that they necessarily knew that they were calling these guys in. I think they were put up in the celebration thing or whatever, and then the other ones raised up, and they didn't yell or say anything like, "Hey, this is a party" or whatever. Not that they would have believed them. I don't think at that point it would be like, "Oh, they're being coerced, they're being brainwashed, they're being So I don't think it would have mattered. But yeah, it kind of was a little bit. I see what you're saying there. Paul says he just saw it. That's good. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Olivia, $2. Attention, the pug monster is right behind you. No, that's the pug monster decoy. It's like a scarecrow. That's put there to keep, all the bad people out of the room. So it's fine. Everybody hit like. We have 71 people watching with 52 likes. That is great. Keep it up, guys. I'm really digging this episode. I had such a high coming off of it. I really enjoyed it, and I just love the different stories, especially Rutherford's. I thought Rutherford's was great. We did call it. It was a museum. We got some good Vulcan stuff, though. We got the Vulcan warp sled, or the Federation warp sled, the Vulcan shuttle from the motion picture, which was fantastic. The whole rebooting of his cybernetic thing was funny as hell. And then updating Klingon fonts. Why would I even need that? That was the best one, I gotta say. Haku said he liked it. Good. Liked. I think he liked the video. Ryan K, think I agree with you about this episode. I'm glad, because I'm the captain. You must always agree with me. I'm just kidding. You really don't have to. The list of Jericho. The Remember Me gag was the best. Lots of good reference, says Hazraz. Rognig. What was the name of the horn? The Horn of Candor? Yes. Horn of Candor. Candor. Brian Harvard, this show continues to impress. This week, 9 out of 10. Quite a few laughs and some great references. Absolutely agree with that. It's definitely coming into its own. And Mike McMahon did say, well, not that it wasn't, it was always kind of on point from the beginning. Mike McMahon did say that the last few episodes were the best. And so the next week is the part 1 of the finale. I believe it's a 2-parter, so. Haku, Roga Denar finally gets some recognition. Samuel really liked that episode when we reviewed it not that long ago, so I'm sure he's going to like that reference. Project Achieva, they reference Sub Rosa, laughing my ass off. Yes, and Dr. Crusher with that Scottish ghost thing she didn't know about. Da-da-da-da-da. It was great. Northwest Rail fan, the TOS shuttle was awesome, even if it was in like 2 frames of the episode. Yeah, there was a TOS shuttle, which was mwah. It was just great. It was fantastic to see that. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. Now STO can give us female Gorn. Hey, I'm all for the female Gorn. Actually, going back to what Jill said about the memories, there is a Gorn pinup that is, part of our Trekyards Las Vegas shirt that we had. Have like a whole bunch of different species as pinup girls on that, and there is a Gorn on that. So yeah, we knew that already. Ryan K. How'd this become a Gorn wedding? Cade MacArthur, Trekyards, Seabach, male Vulcan, and Tarek, female Romulan. Loved it. Well, I'm glad they did, Cade. The list of Jericho. Mariner is a Kirk guy, while Brad is Picard. I would definitely say that's a legit statement. The Ronin throws in $5, which is awesome, guys. If you want a super chat, we'd really appreciate it here on the channel. I personally would really appreciate it, but Samuel would as well, even though he's not here right now. It does help the channel. It does help us at the end of the month. So if you can, please do. And that's why these lives are great. Not only do you get to interact with us, but you can help out the channel and support more content. And we have a lot of great stuff coming up. So yeah, if you can, please do. But the Ronin throws in $5. Just got done updating my implant, and I found myself here. Hope there are no Gorn. And then restarting. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. All these ships look alike. That was good too. That was a nice reference to all the ships being California class. I like that. That was good. Or my favorite line from her in this episode was, "Oh great, now I got to shave my beep." Yeah, probably a good idea. So did she say, "Oh great, now I got to shave my whole body because she's a cat"? Is there laughter? Groans? Silence? Crickets? People face palming? There's got to be something from that joke. BJ Vincent, I like the Clar apparently paid for the event hall for only 22 minutes, about the length of a typical Lower Decks episode. Yeah, I also thought that was great. Put down your etching tools. Time's up. Project Achievo, lots of ship porn. Yeah, not as much as we were hoping for, but yes, there was enough. Hooker Unleashed Films. What up, y'all? What up, Hooker Unleashed Films? How are you? Cade MacArthur at Trekyards. Q was bound to show up. He'd just prefer for a cartoon. He's just perfect for a cartoon. That being said, yeah, most of his lines didn't really sound like him. There was a few where I heard Delancey, but just a lot of times with voice actors, you either really hear the person or you don't. Like the guy that was interrogating them, the guy they rescued that was throwing the birthday party or the party. He was Red Foreman from that 70s show, who's been in Star Trek as the president of the Federation in Star Trek 6, and the time guy from Voyager. That was him doing that voice, and I didn't recognize it the first time. I thought it sounded a little bit vaguely familiar. Then Sylvia, when she watched it with me, she's like, "I know that voice," and she looked it up, and it's him. And right at the end, there's a few lines that sound just like Red Foreman. So. Richie Appel, this episode was good. It was weird how quickly it seemed to end. Well, when you're having a good time, it ends rather fast. So, Hezraz, I love at the end how they asked the bridge crew why they didn't just ask the Vulcans to use the ship. And how did the Vulcans get that ship? I know it was a museum, but still. Yeah, that's a very good point. Richie Appel, I know Q was going to be in this episode when I saw the preview pictures and the crew dressed as chess pieces. Yeah, I didn't miss that. I saw that, but I didn't put it together. It's goddamn Lower Decks. It could be anything. It could be a holodeck program one of them created, and who knows? But yeah, good call then on your part. The list of Jericho, Dominion bug ship, Ferengi shuttle, Enterprise Solian ship, a D7, various shuttles, and the Vulcan ship from First Contact. Not to scale, of course. No, it wasn't to scale, but yes, some good references there. And that First Contact Vulcan ship is called the Taplana Hoth. So there you go. Now you've just learned something. Hit like, says Olivia. And Olivia also says, "Hey, you got my attention." With what? What did I do to get your attention? Chuck Arnowitz, lots of ships, great for Trekyards. Yes. Joseph Cole, the doc complaining that all the ships look the same was hilarious. Yes, it absolutely was. Smart Smears. It's a great name. This one really showed that despite all the jokes, the British crew was still pretty competent, pulling off this multi-layered rescue mission. Yeah, but I love how everything's still classified. Why was it the Cerritos that was doing it? Why wasn't this given to the Enterprise? Things like that. Um, Hezraz, I love that he just kept passing out and waking up at odd moments. Yeah, and he's totally competent while he's out as well, by the way. Actually, maybe more so. So that's good. Um, Thomas, I'm noticing the pattern of trying to make something seem like a bad situation. It turns out to be a harmless encounter. Like, okay, Mike McMahon, we get it. Things aren't always what they seem. Meh, yeah, I could. Well, that's. Now that you've said that and pointed that out, it's going to bug me. We'll have to see what the last two episodes hold. Haku, you know what I hate? Remans. Yeah, they're pretty awful. Richie Appel, lots of good Tendi moments in this episode. Absolutely. And Tendi, I never noticed, but I noticed in this one when she's standing beside Mariner, she's more curvy than Mariner. She's got more of a voluptuousness to her. And I thought Mariner was sexy. I still think Mariner's sexy. But Tendi's, I never really noticed how much different they were. It's very subtle, but you can tell there's differences there. Cade MacArthur, Trekyards. Many of my best friends are Gorn. Well, that's good. I like the Gorn myself. Gorns are mammals. Are Orions good fighters? Apparently so. Much to everybody's surprise, even Tendies. It could just be that fighting off all the guys that were turned on by her pheromones was, it's bred into her. Who knows? Gorns are mammals. Kurtwood Smith. Yes, thank you. That's the actor's name. Thank you. Paul Graham is face palming. Snoopy McQueen. This was the two best episodes of the series. Two best episodes in one? What? Olivia Julius, $5. This is to help out the poor pug. Precious said she has not ate in a whole 15 minutes. Poor dog. Yeah. News reports state pug starving to death. Fake news. Fake news. Inside sources say she gets treats every hour when she goes outside, and her dish is always full. So fake news. Rognick, what are you talking about? Tendi definitely didn't beat up all those Romulans. Yeah, she definitely didn't. We're going to go with that. Cirstus, Q just loved messing with the high and mighty captains of Starfleet. Captain Robert April, I loved the lead up to Boimler's big speech, and it went straight at the fan arguments of Starfleet is the best of the best. No, we're not. Yeah, it was a good speech. Boimler really stepped up and was competent in this episode, and I hope people acknowledge that, because everybody's been bitching, oh, Boimler always looks like an idiot compared to Mariner. Well, I hope those people realize that this episode definitely... Mariner didn't do anything in this episode that was extraordinary. If anything, she was totally left out of the episode, really. She was just shown as incompetent, late for work, late for her shift, firing at the enemy when she shouldn't have been, shit like that. She was the least competent of this episode, which was great. Hezraz, the eyes were blacked out because she was keeping secrets. Yes, their names and their identities. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions at Trekyards. Did you see the post by Discovery on Twitter? Season 4, baby. I hadn't seen that, but there you go. Season 4. Yeah, Cirstus redacted to protect the identity. Rude Chef. I knew it was him when I heard him too. He has a very distinct voice. Yeah, I didn't know it was him. I recognized the voice the first 2 times I watched it, and I'm like, oh, I'll look that up later. I forgot about it. And then once we started watching it with Sylvia, she's like, I know that voice. And she looked it up and told me, and I'm like, oh. And then at the end of the episode, every line he said, I could recognize it. Plutopia. Q was in this episode more like Discord from My Little Pony, who was also voiced by Delancey. Are you shitting me? He was in My Little Pony? Ozzy. Year of Hell Parts 1 and 2 with his foot up his ass. Yeah. Cade MacArthur, Trekyards. I wish they could bring back Kess without her crazy actor. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs for that actress. But Paul Graham, I want to know what they did to piss off the bug aliens. Don't know. Captain Casey Stewart, the quiet censors part cracked me up. Jason O, another good one. I love the anthology style. Rick and Morty, best episodes are this style. Olivia Julius, $2. I love the song by the Dancing Soccer Ball. I didn't like that. I thought that was the stupidest part of the episode. I didn't even notice it was saying a fucking song until the second time I watched it. Like, oh, it wants us to play soccer, and then I saw this. I must have been paying attention to something else because something shiny, because I didn't notice that it was singing a song until the second time I watched it. Ryan K, send a message means phasers. Dave Stelzer, the Vulcan warp sled, absolutely. List of Jericho, the plan made no sense since the Romulans would be able to detect an older cloaked Romulan bird of prey. Yes and no. I mean, it could have had an updated cloaking device. It could also be that it's an older design, so they're not even scanning for it. But yes, I would agree with you. But, you know, as we do as Star Trek fans and as Trekyards, we can come up with reasons why they didn't detect it. Jeff Jacobs, $2. Got here late, paying for 50. Again at 100. Hashtag make Jeff pay. Good to see you, Jeff. Yeah, I haven't seen much of you or talked to you much lately. And it's a bit of shame. I really miss you. So, you know, shoot me a message. Make sure you let me know that you're okay and all that. I was meaning to message it yesterday, actually, and chat for a bit, but got busy and completely forgot. So I apologize. E.R. Mixon's Craziest Theories. The show is building a small problem of these characters having way too much information about events on the other shows. They're going to need to invent an explanation pretty soon. That's not really much of an explanation. They haven't really talked about other shows specifically. They've talked about TNG and TOS. And that makes sense because it's the flagship. You know, Kirk's missions are required reading at the Academy. How many times have we heard that? Or so-and-so's missions are required reading at the Academy. Of course the Enterprise would be the same way. So they would know all about the Enterprise. That's the ship everybody wants to serve on, so they're going to know all about it. So I have no issues with that. YJ Wrangler, send them a message with squinty eyes, does mean fire phasers. The Ronin, Rutherford treating the implant like its magical transporter and relying on it to get him out of the Gorn situation was very funny, especially when it didn't work. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was good. Thomas, it's been the theme for everyone for the last few episodes. Let's see, 120 people watching, which is fantastic, guys. Everybody hit that thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Show me that you love the channel, you love the content, you love what I'm talking about, you love that I'm reading your comments. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get to 100 likes. We can do that. And also don't forget to super chat if you can. Like I said, it's a great way to support the channel, and both Samuel and myself would really appreciate it. And it makes me feel like you love me every time, you know, I see one of those colored super chats come in, because it re-energizes me and, you know, gets me pumped up to continue on here. So thank you very much, guys. If you can, please do. I'm way behind in the chat, just so you know. List of Jericho, well, she's Orion, so we're talking about the voluptuousness and the curviness of her, I'm sure. Chuck Arnowitz, Nintendo Switch. Ooh. Squadra Course, Tendy's not bad, she's just drawn that way. She's not bad, she's just drawn that way. Hollywood, if she could. Cool World, baby. Good movie. Well, interesting movie. I wouldn't call it a good movie, but... Lawrence Hegwood, the museum guard tour guide acted not so Vulcan. Also, how would a still operational vessel be displayed in a museum? Plot convenience? The script said so? I don't know. Thomas, also, Foley, Tendi, and Mariner are both cartoons. This isn't Henty Yard. This is Captain Foley, though. I just call it like I see it. So, BJ Vincent liked when Mariner makes fun of Boimler's statement that the minor Star Trek TNG character Raga Denar from The Hunted is the biggest badass in the galaxy, whereas Mariner's opinion was Khan was. Yeah. I'm sure that Samuel is going to love that line because he loved The Hunted. He thought it was a great episode. So Adam Vera throws in $5. Always late. What's going on? Well, we're talking about the episode 8, Veritas of Lower Decks. Curtis Simpkins. Hi, Captain. I saw the episode today and I loved it. And I think this new Trek series is more Trek than the last 2 series, but that's me. It's not just you, my friend. So good to see you, Curtis. YJ Wrangler brings up a point. Why isn't everyone falling all over Tendi with her pheromones besides us? People have been hoping that they address that in the show, which I'm not 100% convinced that they're going to. I would like them to, but it could just be that everybody's inoculated against it in Starfleet or something because it causes problems otherwise, especially if you have Orion Starfleet officers. Or she had her glands removed or something. I don't know. Voltronic 91. I was laughing throughout the whole episode. The Romulan escape scenes were hilarious. Stephen Fathry, this is the best episode so far. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Ryan K, Boimler is so right. Nobody is always perfect. That stings. You know. Clearly I am. I'm really not. Bernard Francis, $5. Got to catch up on this show, but I love your live shows. Well, thank you very much, Bernard. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, catch up on Lower Decks. You're missing out. Stephen W. Fathry, I hope season 2 is more like this. I've enjoyed season 1, but this episode stood out better than most. Well, it's, you know how we say that it takes 2 or 3 seasons usually for a Star Trek show to find its footing. Maybe that's the case with this, even though it came out all guns blazing. But yeah, who knows? They're gonna see which episodes struck a chord with people and which didn't, and they'll adjust their course accordingly. So, 115 people watching with 86 likes, guys. That I need to see 100 likes. 100 likes. If it is not blue, you did not do. Springtime, Tendi forever. Richie Appel. Andorian mullets rule. Is it really a mullet though? It's not long enough in the back and it's not short enough at the top to really be called a mullet. So I don't know if I'd call it a mullet. I got issues calling it a mullet. Hezraz, I was hoping that when Mariner shot at the ship, it would clear the air with the aliens, but nope, just made them angrier. Well, if it fixed everything, then people would be like, Mariner is such a Mary Sue. She's perfect. She's always saving the day. So I liked that it was a total fuck up. I loved that. I thought it was great. Because you know those people out there that say that. Rognick, it seems like the boys all have ridiculous full names. First it was Bradward. Now we have a Samanthian. yeah, Samanthian Rutherford. The List of Jericho, the badly censored words got me. Hezraz, someone, Rom, beep, Eulens. List of Jericho, read that one, sorry. Hezraz, someone just said John Delancey uses a different voice when voice acting. It sounded like it really did. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions, I expected him to say Boimler was going to, I'm going to stick my foot right up your ass. I wish he would have. I really wish he would have. That's the kind of shit that I would put in a show like that. And people would be complaining because it's fan service. Like in one of the Avengers movies, either Endgame or Infinity War, Doctor Strange and Tony Stark at one moment should have had a scene where one of them said something, the other one says, "No shit, Sherlock," because they both played Sherlock Holmes. But no, that never happens. That's something that I would put in, because that's just me. Ryan K, I was 50-50 on the series before I saw it, but so far, no regrets. No regrets. Plutopia, 2 of the playing cards were also holding hockey sticks. Ozzy Maderos, I'm here for the little girl's birthday. My little girl's birthday. She's only 100. Aw. You hear the aw off screen. Jason O, what Discord in MIP is basically Q. In My Little Ponies. Great character. He enjoys voicing. Rognick, I do sort of wonder who the cleaner was supposed to be, since it's clearly not Tendy. Yeah, good point. Okay, 120 people watching with 93 likes. Guys, 7 more likes. 7 people out there having that like button. And it's giving me a complex. I'm going to set that down, get further behind in the chat. So I apologize if you said something and I haven't got to it yet because I'm behind in the chat. But it's just the way it is. And I'll try to catch up. I don't want to skip over a lot of people's comments because I don't like doing that. Sorry, had to wet my whistle, as it were. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subs. This episode was the worst. Q couldn't even save it. Sorry you feel that way. I disagree. Rognick, incidentally, all the playing cards were diamonds. I don't know if that meant anything. I think it... wonder if it has any reference to Picard, where all of Data's cards were Queen of Hearts. I think it was Hearts. That was never really mentioned either. Maybe. I don't know. Project Achieva. Shh, quiet. They're scanning. That was good. They're scanning. They stopped. They're scanning again. Hezraz. Apparently Delancey has a different approach or something when voice acting. Yeah, you can tell for sure. Dark Reaper 88. Discord was Petchet to the network executives by saying he's Q from TNG. Jeff Tillman, I have liked every episode so far, but I think I laughed out loud the most during this one. I think that says something, for sure. Seriously, good point about Kirk being required reading. Lawrence Hagwood, I didn't recognize the voice, but did recognize the name in the credits and clicked. Oh, for Kurtwood Smith. I think that's his name. Anyway. Alyssa Jericho, the novels stated that the TOS missions became very popular holo programs. Makes sense to me. Donnie Pearson, Trekyards, hello, Stuart and all. I enjoyed a brand new Lower Decks, even the return of John Delancey as Q. Nice Chevrolet Camaro shirt. Or nice Chevrolet logo shirt. Well, it's actually got Camaro on the back. Which, see, it says Camaro. Trust me, it does. Camaro. I was driving the Camaro a bit this afternoon, having a good cruise in it, so yeah. Plus, this one, I got 2 of these. This one here says Captain Foley, and my other one has my car's plate number, Vricol, and then 79 for the year of the car. So, and you can see all the pug hair on it because before this, I was sitting on the couch downstairs with the pug on my lap, so. Olivia Julius, $5. Best song ever. Let's sing it again. What's humanity all about? It's puzzle time. It's puzzle time. Best song sung by a soccer ball ever. I would probably tend to agree with that. Unless, well, Wilson from Castaway was a volleyball. So, I don't know if he sang. Bernard Francis, $5. Love Trekyards. Thank you very much, Bernard. We love you too. Thank you for joining the live and hanging out with us. It's fun, and I love doing these. So, 122 people watching with 103 likes. I'm sure we can do better. We can get 115 likes. I think we can. Hit the like button. Air 51. I'd have no trouble if they referenced Voyager. The ship had been back home for years, so their mission should be filtered out to everyone in Starfleet. Most of their missions, yes. I would agree. Hezraz, missions probably become declassified after some time. They are also Starfleet. It could be classified for civilians but known about in Starfleet. Joseph Cole, lots of loves for Warbirds and the new Trek shows now seen at Picard and Lower Decks. Yeah, I was going to make a point of that tomorrow when we talk about it. Area 51, $2. Engage the feels. List of Jericho fan dance, a Star Trek V reference. Absolutely. Cade MacArthur, Trekyards. In my eyes, Lower Decks is everything I wanted Discovery to be. I might even consider it as a replacement in terms of visual continuity. Yeah, it's wrong era, but yes, absolutely. Hezraz, I think not all Vulcans follow Surak's teachings religiously. In non-canon, there is the way of Jarok and the way of Narek. Jarok is similar in some ways to Romulans. Narek is a middle between the two. I learned something. I didn't know that. Project Achieva. Lots of things didn't make any sense in this episode. Just roll with it. Pretty much, yeah. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. Tendy's old-fashioned Orion burgers. And I didn't want to dismiss it, but Mr. Pete up there a few chats ago, a few things ago, says, how can this train wreck be canon? Well, it's fine. It's not necessarily canon, but at least they're referencing things that are canon, unlike other shows. Ryan K, title is kind of a nice touch, as Veritas means truth, if I recall. Yes, or honesty, or something like that. Cade MacArthur, Trekyards. I personally like that Mariner took a back seat for most of this episode. I 1000% agree with you. E.R. Mixon's craziest theories. Trekyards. It makes perfect sense for the ships to work. That way they can have traveling exhibits that can visit other planets. That's very neat. I like that, yeah. Hezraz. I would prefer that Vulcan had a diversity like Idic claims. Sarek is the main ideology, but people vary on the spectrum. Let's see. Rognek. Yes, in Latin, veritas means truth. In vino veritas. In wine, there is truth. And it's funny because I have an old LP downstairs. Not an LP, one of the small little records. It's an old Star Trek story, essentially. And it's called In Vino Veritas, where they get like a laughing plague on the ship, and they all have to tell the truth or something. But yeah, that's the name of the story. I wish I had it up here so I could show you, but... Ozzy, I'm just here for my little girl's birthday. She's only 100. Hezraz, I like to think that Sarek as someone who followed the teachings of Surak strictly. Springtime, Trekyards. Maybe it's just something that only Orion women who are criminals have pheromone glands that might be artificial, and it's just a lie they told Archer about. Well, no, I think they said, and somebody commented before, which I kind of skipped over, and I apologize. I got to kind of catch up by skipping a few. That it's only the elite Orions that have that ability. So like the upper houses and stuff. It's kind of a genetic thing that's not universal among all Orions. So. Area 51, just hit the like button. A man likes to be asked. Will you hit my button? Not my button, the YouTube like button. Hit it, guys. 121 people here, 107 likes. We can hit 115 likes for sure. Hit like if you haven't. Ryan K, listen, Jericho, not quite sure what you meant, but you got a chuckle from me anyway. Project Achieva, we don't use maps, we use stellar cartography. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. Jack Ransom's proper first name must be Jackalopian. I would buy that, yeah. Curtis Simpkins, what do you think of the dog? What do you think of the dog? What dog? Was there a dog in this episode? I don't remember a dog in this episode. Was there a dog? I don't think there was a dog. Hezraz, I think Orions probably know how to fight. If you see their history, it would make sense that Tendi can fight. The list of Jericho. The director said they didn't add that line as they thought it was too obvious. I say, so what? Hezraz, plus all those Dancing Orion ladies need to know how to fight when their audience starts getting overexcited. And to keep hands off. Because those strip clubs and those Orion bars are like airports. You touch, you go. There's very few touch and go landings, but you know what I mean. Jeff Jacobs, the only one of them that is not a badass fighter is Boimler. He would stumble his way through it, though. It'd be like drunken kung fu fighting. Richie Appel, is Mariner adopted? Is she a relative of Michael Burnham? Probably not. Picard is making wine now. Dave Stelzer, if only they could have got the Nagus back for this episode to introduce the eels, the shrieking eels. Mr. P. Shanley's 800 subbies. The doctor aboard the Alamara should have been a dog. See, the thing that bothers me about this, because it's a party, but there's a line earlier where he says to, I think it's Mariner, are you going to risk death by eels because you don't want to tell the truth? Like, you're going to kill people at a party? Like, if it wasn't for that line, I'd buy the party thing a little bit more. But it seems like they forgot about it, or they wanted us to forget about it. Jeff Jacobs, $2.01. Got our 100. Sweet. Hashtag Gorn Wedding. Hashtag made Jeff pay. The Ronin, relative of Burnham. Why do you ask that? Because she's a woman and she's black. Obviously. Anyway, Richie Appel. The Ronin, because everyone says Mariner is perfect and we all know Michael is. Well, Mariner is not perfect. She's far from it, as we've seen in a few episodes. So, yeah. The Ronin, I don't know who these everyone is, but I would suggest meeting new people. SWTX Chaser, $2. Will the commander do the original fan dance? Probably not. Project Achieve, a full disclosure. I'm watching this from my Pontiac Firebird, sipping a Tim Hortons steep tea. You, sir, are awesome. Ozzy Medeiros. Wilson was a soccer ball from Castaway. Was he? I thought he was a volleyball. Well, there you go. BJ Vincent. So there is nothing to do on Earth except drink wine and hang out in vineyards and soul food restaurants. Referring to Picard's vineyard and the restaurant owned by Cisco's father at New Orleans. Yeah. Bernard Francis, $5. Come on, 6 more likes. We can do it. 127 people watching, 107 likes. Guys, come on. Math. 8 more, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more likes. Let's get to 115. I'm not good with the math. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. $2. Doctor on the Alabra. Whatever. Should have been an anamorphic dog. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. The Ombre. The Ombra. Sorry. I'm dumb. And I apologize. And by the way, guys, Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. So go subscribe to Mr. Pete's channel. I don't know what kind of content he makes, so hopefully it's good. But go subscribe. And don't say Trekyards or Captain Foley never helped you with anything. 113 likes with 131 people watching. 2 more likes. That's all I want. 2 more likes. You can do it. 2 people having it like. Alhambra, yeah. I got it. Northwest Rail fan. I was really impressed with the Bird of Prey bridge. It was a great blend of the weird periscope bridge from TOS and the TNG Romulan bridges. You know, I thought the exact same thing, and I think it's a fantastic bridge. And the colors, again, they're more of the TOS colors, but still, it works. It was a really great bridge. Captain Robert April, after 100 years, yeah, pretty much all of Kirk's missions would be declassified by now. How many state secrets do you think are lingering from World War I? Probably not that many. Web Duelist, did anyone recognize that the Kurtwood Smith voiced the alien, aka Red Foreman, and Anorax in Star Trek Voyager, and the President in Star Trek VI? Yes, we already talked about that. Thank you, though. Squadra Course, not sure what Olivia just said. Is that language Iconian? No, that's Trekyardian language. If you want to learn Trekyardian language and type in it, best way to do that is to join the channel at the rank of Commander, Captain, or Admiral. It's another great way to support the channel. It helps us on a monthly basis, and you get to do little cool things like that, like the emojis and little stickers for the live chats. So, Ryan K. Oh no, did I make too much ice? Did they make too much ice? I like ice. Leaner337, was anyone else proud of our boy Boimler? That speech was pretty good. Yeah, I absolutely was. I actually said that to lead out this live. I thought he did a fantastic job. Olivia Julius, $2. Samuel was right about the layout of the show. Oh, being all flashbacks? Yeah. Lisa Jericho, I thought Veritas means to find the traveler. JSX, will Tendi get a Starfleet neck tattoo now? I hope so. Starfleet Secret Forces. Special Forces. Haku, Q says Picard always makes wine, but Picard hasn't quit Starfleet yet in 2380. It's true, but Q is a non-linear, omnipotent entity that can go into the future. So... ER Mixon's craziest theories. Trekyards, I just assume that Orion females go into heat or something and don't always produce those pheromones. Either that or Tendi is our equivalent of on the pill. Yeah, I would buy that as well. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. Trekyards, I'm getting something super cool, worthy of a YouTube video tomorrow. I will inform you of what on Facebook, and something 1,000 times cooler in November. Or 100 times cooler. Well, he already showed me the one thing. The 6 things that become one. SWTX Chaser Discovery Season 1 on CBS TV, as in cable TV. Already seen it? Don't care. Area 51. Yeah, gotta go now. Just kidding. Joseph Medetz. I had the same record in Vino Veritas. Always remembered that the villain was Coriolanus Quincy. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Joseph Cole, $5. Lower Decks has no problems referencing other shows. Wouldn't it be great if Picard Season 2 referenced the Cerritos or other characters? The Cerritos or other characters. Yes, they probably won't, but yes, it would be cool. Richie Appel, Jack Ransom is not a ladies' man. He's been thrown through a table and nearly hooked up with a salt vampire. And Boimler was a badass when they had the phaser versus the Crystal Freaks from episode 3. He was, actually, you're right. E.R. Mixon's craziest theories. Sounds like the luck of most ladies' men on Star Trek. Yeah, pretty much. Hezraz, but he thinks he is. That's usually how it works. The guys that think they are ladies' men are actually not. And I never thought I was a ladies' man. Still don't. So what's that tell you? Listen, Jericho, did that sound the eels make similar to the one in Empire Strikes Back, which annoys Chewie to anyone else? Probably. It sounded familiar. I'll have to go back and rewatch it, though, but I would say maybe. Richie Appel, Wilson was a volleyball. That's what I thought. E.R. Mixon's craziest theories. Trekyards, it works with the line because that he would kill people for a party is why Mariner curses him out at the end. Yeah, but she never references that line. Like, you threatened to kill me with the eels. How is that a party? She kept saying, this is a trial. This is obviously a trial, and this is obviously whatever. But she never references that. Ozzy, the trash bags are in the corner. Mr. Pete still needs subs. He says, I need subs. So there you go. The Ronin, California class fact of the day. Alhambra, California, is just south of Pasadena. Curtis Simpkin, 2 more likes for the captain. Well, we're at 119 likes, which is awesome. I wouldn't mind getting 120, but whatever. Richie Appel, I can't wait for the weird close-up shots and lens flares in the episode next week. Alhambra, yeah, I know. Mr. Pete's channel, 800 subbies. What does Tendi do with the ice? ice play. Ozzy Medeiros, Wilson was a volleyball. The list of Jericho, Picard becomes so boring, even Q loses interest in him. Little shot at Picard there, the show, maybe. Hezraz, I love that Tendi just went to the man with the mission. It's kind of Ransom's fault for not realizing she wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah, well, it just shows that he's an idiot too. Olivia Julius, thanks for the way. Thanks. I always thought. I'm not even going to try to read whatever the fuck that says. Project Achieva, how was it Tendi's job to beam them out when she began fighting instead? I didn't get that. Well, the cleaner's job was to beam them out, I guess. But yeah, why was she with them then and didn't have like a mobile transporter or transport enhancers or something? Yeah, I don't know. It's just... E.R. Mixon's craziest theories. Trekyards, we know Mariner has done some work for Starfleet security. What if she was the cleaner and missed the mission assignment because she was late? What if Mariner... Oh, there you go. That'd be good. That'd be kind of funny, actually. Hezraz, no problem. Great minds think alike. Something. Ryan K. Actually, Mariner does bring up the eels a few times when she's being led away. She does, but she never directly references that you said you... I don't know. It just bugs me that he said that line. Are you risking death? But yeah, okay, fine. I'll capitulate and say, yes, you guys are right, that she did mention it enough that my point is invalid. So I apologize. Dave Stelzer, updating Klingon fonts. Times New Chronos. Korak Sands. Katingdings. Yeah, that was great. Updating Klingon fonts. Why would I even need that? YJ Wrangler, do you think we'll get a Starship separation next episode? We're going to get something Starship related. It's not going to be a separation, though. It's something different. I promise something unique. So we'll see how it goes. But yes. Richie Appel, did anyone notice at the beginning Tendi said she had to go to the bathroom? Was she planning on working on her freak dog? Maybe a new project. The list of Jericho, I thought a cleaner was someone who gets rid of the evidence. Generally, yes. I mean, what better way to do that than beam it out? Curtis Simpkins. Q loves Janeway much better than Picard. Ozzy. Tendi was cleaning the ready room. Well, she was cleaning the conference room, or the briefing room. The list of Jericho. Mariner was in bed. Web Duelist. We need to see Robert Picardo's EMH. I totally agree with you. The Ronin. Mariner pointing out how nothing made sense seemed like a good setup for all their own... Good send-up of their own fake-out endings this season. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. There are 4 eels. But are there 4 new subscribers on Mr. Pete's channel? He needs 800 subs, you know. So I remember when he showed up on this channel, and I believe his name was, at the time, Mr. Pete's channel needs 600 subs. So he's gone up in subs. So if you're a sub and not a dom, go to his channel and click that subscribe button. Richie Appel, my theory for the saucer separation is that the black sections of the hull can detach from the rest of the saucer. Yeah, it's going to be something like that. McMahon did mention, too, that there's a feature with the nacelles where they can kind of fold out to get access to them, almost like opening up the hood of a car. So I wonder if that's part of it as well. But yeah, I think there's something with those dark areas that's going to be a thing. Telakis, we need an episode of Q and Mariner ASAP. Jonathan Dolha, I liked it. Tendi is so cold because she says sorry to her enemies. That was funny. When actually, if she really beat up all of the Romulans, seems to imply some parts of the stories may be exaggerated. I mean, could be exaggerated. Who knows? She had to hold some stuff back as well, so... Hezraz, Tendi just goes with the flow. Ryan K, those Klingon fonts, lol. Hezraz, I love the Romulan guards. I hate Remans. Remans are the worst. Haku, we need the party room for with vat of eels as a shared environment on SCO. I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Mr. Pete's channel, 800 subbies. My channel is complicated yet fun with dry wit. Well, there you go. And now we know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Ow. Ow. I got a pain here because I got like a little skin tag and it kind of got caught and it like ripped and now it's scabby and it hurts. It's rubbing against my shirt. And you guys don't need to know that. You're not my doctor. Telakis, I was so hyped to hear Delancey's voice again. Hezraz, we need an episode or open with a Romulan version of the Lower Decks crew. Soda Cracker, I gift you a like. Aw, thanks, Soda Cracker. I just tuned in. Well, you've missed a good live so far, so go back and check it out maybe if you feel so inclined. Project Achieva, oh my god, Captain, caught up with the chat. Almost. Still 2 comments away. 3 now. 4 now. Ryan K. Go away, Q. We're not in the mood for your bullshit. Yeah, that was good. Oh my god. Plus my sciatica is fucking acting up today. Ow. God damn. Oh. Sorry, guys. Richie Appel, Tendy's too nice to say no. That's how she ended up being the cleaner. That's a problem that I suffer from myself. I'm very inclined to not say no to people, and it gets me in some situations that I don't want to be in sometimes. So I've learned to say no over the last few years, and usually a good 50% of the time I'll feel guilty about it when I really shouldn't. But there's the other 50% of the time where it's like, I said no, that's it, I'm done. So, and I don't feel guilty about it, so it's fine. Emmanuel, a detective. I'm a viewer, not a doctor. John Tibby, I was so happy to see a Class F shuttle again. Yes, absolutely. Soda Cracker, don't worry, I'll check out the rest of the stream. Good man. Lawrence Hagwood, I know all about skin tags. Ozzy Medeiros, was Spock's grandson. It was not Spock's grandson, just because his name was Spock and Spock. They weren't actually named Spock and Spock. I think it was just the security chief just kind of being a asshole. Alyssa Jericho, really? Can I borrow some money then? What? Why? Why would you? What? Who are you asking to borrow money from? Me? I'm confused. YJ Wrangler, maybe Tendy grew up in Canada. Probably. JSX, Captain Foley, report to sickbay. I wish I could. I would love to get this sciatica thing taken care of. Usually, here's something that totally off topic, but we're going to my sciatica. Usually it really affects me when I'm sitting on uncomfortable furniture. This futon or this couch thing isn't really super comfortable. So yeah, movie theater chairs, after about an hour, I'm shifting around and I got to put pressure on the one foot. Like I got to push against the back of the chair in front of me. Same with on airplanes. Just certain seats I can't stand for long periods of time. It just, I need to be able to put my leg up underneath my other leg and kind of, so anyway, not that you care. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. Canadians are known for being unable to say no. No, you're wrong. We can say no. Dave Stelzer, do you like the new phaser rifle? Yes. It's not really that new. It does. We've actually done a comparison of it already on the Trekyards channel, so check it out. We compared it when we saw the early footage of this episode, these scenes where Tendy's carrying it, and we've compared it to the actual phaser rifle, and they're very similar. So check that out. There are a few differences, but yes, we have looked at it. Hezraz. Nope, I get Shax. I guess Shax just calls every Vulcan male Spock. Ha ha ha. Yeah, probably. Haku, are Gorns cannibals? I don't know. Hezraz. The Gorns should be herbivores just to shake things up. Listen, Jericho, you said you don't like saying no. I was asking to borrow some money. Oh, well, I don't like to say no, but like I said, I've taught myself over the years that I have to say no, and I'm definitely going to say no. If I had the money, honestly, I would probably say yes, message me, but I don't. If I had millions of dollars, people that knew me would benefit because I like helping people out, and I just hopefully someday someone will reciprocate. But if I could, I would, but I don't, so I can't. And if I would, I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. There you go. That's what I was supposed to say. Tinfoil Ninja, $5. Hey Cap, we do care. Doesn't Lower Decks make Starfleet seem somewhat obtainable to the average Joe? Six pack, who can do advanced calculus, of course. Yes, and I think that's one of the appeals of this show. The fact that just because you're a Lower Decks member doesn't mean you're always aspiring for those command roles. You just want to be in Starfleet. You just want to do your job. But you also got the Boimlers that are there. They want to excel. They want to be the captain. They want to, So I love it that it is accessible to everybody, and it kind of there's been comparisons drawn between the characters of Rutherford, Tendi, Boimler, and Mariner, that they're all different versions of Star Trek fans. They're all different versions of Trekkies. And I kind of like that. So, yes, I would say yes. Captain Robert April, my theory, the resistance to Lower Decks is because there's no good, serious, proper Trek series to balance it. So the only real Trek being a sitcom is taken as an insult by certain portions of the fandom. Yes, there's that, and there's also the fact that they've already convinced themselves that they were going to hate it because it's new Trek. Anything new Trek sucks. Anything new Star Wars sucks. Any Disney Star Wars sucks. It's that fandom menace mentality. So now that they've created the narrative, they need to keep it up, because if they stop, they're going to not get the views. They need to keep up the hate train, regardless of how good something is. And unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast. Some people are angry for so long. There was just an episode of Star Trek TNG we reviewed, The Wounded, where Picard says to O'Brien, some people are angry for so long they get used to it. It's like old leather. It feels comfortable. And when it's not there, I forget how the rest of the quote goes, but it described the fandom menace perfectly. Soda Cracker, there has been 8 episodes released so far. Where does this one rank? I'm ignorant of the beginning to now of the stream. I think this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite episode, because this was really a good episode. It was fun. Curtis Simpkins, replacement captains are like babysitters. Did I hear that on this episode? Not this episode, that was the last episode. Dave Stelzer, I'd say 1 or 2. I don't know what you're talking about. Richie Appel, for Ransom to be a member of Starfleet Special Forces, his trigger discipline and disrespect for the weapon and people around him could have gotten someone killed. He pointed it at Tendi. Yeah, but it's a fucking phaser. It's not a firearm. They're different. I know that they're all considered, I guess, firearms, but one's energy-based, one is not. I would tend to trust the energy-based ones just because you can have them deactivated with no power cells, and it's not like a firearm where you can have it unloaded, have the magazine or the clip removed, and there's still a bullet stuck in the chamber. If it's depowered, it's depowered. So I would tend to disagree with that. And I know you're all thinking, oh, you're a Canadian, you don't know nothing about guns. Sorry, I do. My dad actually is a gun collector and collects a wide variety of firearms. I grew up with them, and I have fired many over my lifetime. And so I know all about trigger discipline. I know all about barrel control, barrel. I can't think of the term right now. But yes, I don't think phasers equate the same way. Captain Robert April. Apparently, Spock is actually a very common name on Vulcan. I doubt that. Hezraz. I heard an argument that someone said that this episode seemed like it addressed people who put Star Trek on a pedestal, telling them to chill out a bit and have fun. Made some sense. Maybe. I think the whole show is that. And if you can't enjoy it, I don't know what's wrong with you, first of all. And I also don't know why you can't just turn things off for half an hour and just have some fun. You know? Project Achieva, off topic. Hopefully you bring out the Captain's Yacht Camaro to some fall cruises. Maybe forks of the credit. Project Achieva, send me a direct message on Facebook and we'll chat. If you're in the area, I would love to meet up and do a cruise or something like that. Cruises are fun, so yes. E.R. Mixon's Craziest Theories, Trekyards. I do have to point out that this is the best Rutherford episode so far. I love that he and Tendi sort of took center stage this time, and the plot was really fun. Yes, I absolutely agree. I've been complaining about that for a while now, that we haven't seen enough Tendi or Rutherford, or mixing it up a bit with the pairings of them. So I thought, yeah, this was good to see. Tinfoil Ninja, let the hate flow through you. Oh wait, wrong franchise. Ozzy says 9 out of 10 for this episode. This week, Q. Broken Speaker, $3. Thank you. I liked it. Here's money. Well, thank you, Broken Speaker. I appreciate that. Paul Graham. That's why you rarely see me sitting for long periods, but mine is from 4 bad discs. Fracking Alice packs. So you have sciatica too, Paul. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, it only affects me in certain seats, though. I can drive a car like my Cruise or the Camaro for like hours and it doesn't bother me just because of the position that I'm in. That being said, sometimes when I'm driving for long periods of time, I do have to kind of shift and stuff. It's not as bad in a car seat as it is on like a movie theater seat. But yeah, sciatica is a bitch, guys. The FedOc puts in $10 Australian, so thank you very much. Delancey in this one sounded more like his Iraq StarCraft portrayal than his Q. Also, for a bloke whom has fear in his name in certain languages, Boimler has balls on him. Interesting. And yeah, I agree. Delancey didn't sound like Q. I mean, there's 1 or 2 little moments where he might have, but it didn't sound like the Q that I know. BJ Tron, he's well said about the hate train. Great quote from The Wounded. Yeah, I wish I know the quote right offhand, but Captain Robert April, I'm going to dig up that line from The Wounded and use it in a video. Please do so. You can credit me for it if you like, that I turned you on to it, but yeah, it's a great Picard line, and when I heard it, I automatically thought of the Phantom Menace. And I actually mentioned it to Anti-Trekker, and he's like, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. It totally describes that. So, Soda Cracker, $5. This is my current favorite episode as well. Good. Tinfoil Ninja, Mr. Peach channel needs 800 subbies. So, would Mirror Kira be a Jedi? Maybe. Curtis Simpkins, yeah, I watched 7 and the 8th episode today, Captain. Oh, that's why. Okay, no problem. Hezraz, yep, there are guns in Canada. You should see Alberta. Oh, yeah, well, my friend's from Alberta. He moved out there, and he just actually was down this week and visited me yesterday. He was here yesterday afternoon, and yeah, he says Alberta is just red. They're the south of Canada. It's just the redneck central. Hope it doesn't offend anybody from Alberta or the south, but... let's see here. Shauna Leatherman. Canadians and Americans actually have about the same amount of guns. It's just Canadians don't go batshit crazy with them. Some do. We've had I was going to say, we haven't had our share of shootings. That's not the right, but we've had an odd bad incident here and there. it's just I don't know what it is. Lucky, I guess. We have less population than you, spread out over a wider area, I guess. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So everybody just thinks that we don't have any guns or whatever. We don't know what a gun is or how it works. So Vidsboro, people stuck on lower decks, canonicity, what? Canonically. The show fits well enough. Think of it as an exaggerated stories from a drunk guy at a bar with a very boring job, and they're trying to make it sound exciting. I like that. Captain Robert April, for the record, I'm still considered an OG member of the Fandom Menace, and I've been very vocal in supporting Lower Decks. I like to think that's gotten some FM to back off a bit of the Fandom Menace. I hate the term Fandom Menace. I don't know who coined it, but it fucking sucks. And so, yeah, I understand that you like the original stuff. You're very much a purist. You like what made Star Trek Star Trek. That moniker has turned into something very ugly. So I would never admit that. I never claimed to be a member of the Fandom Menace, but I was very much the same way as far as, well, you see it with our videos. We talk about how we'd like it to look canon, we'd like it to look TOS, we'd like it to look, and then of course, oh, you're just little whiny fanboys that don't like change. I go fuck yourself. But I would never classify myself as Fandom Menace, unfortunately, just because, especially now, it's got such a dirty fucking. It's something that represents sleaze to me now, like just fucking tabloid trash on the fucking newsstand of YouTube. That people, it's cheap. People are gonna buy it, throw it away, use it to line their birdcage, and forget about it. Whereas Trekyards is more of a. It's called evergreen content, evergreen, because you can go back and look at the information on ships or the episode reviews. We don't deal in like the news of the second, the news of the minute, that is rumors and hearsay and speculation that a week from now nobody gives a fuck about and we'll never go watch those videos. So we have content that people will go back and watch. So it's a different format. But yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little ranty there with the Fandom Menace thing. I apologize, Captain Robert April. I've seen some of your videos and I know that you mean well, you want Trek to be good Trek, and I totally understand that. I'm totally there with you. I'm on board. I would never affiliate myself with the Fandom Menace, and Trekyards never has. We don't comment on speculation. We don't make clickbait videos. Just something we don't do. So. YJ Wrangler, Canada is the 7th in the world for gun ownership. Tinfoil Ninja. It is indeed a beard-stroking conundrum. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. Haha. Hezraz. I personally don't have any, but I know many with guns. But the difference is that in Canada, they are hunting guns, not personal defense pistols. It's not true. Like I said, my dad collects guns. He's got from anywhere from black powder rifles to black powder handguns to actual handguns. He doesn't have anything fully automatic or whatever because there are certain laws around those kind of things. He can get exceptions for certain guns if he wants to. He can apply for things because he is considered a gun collector. So he's got quite a collection of firearms. So, but yeah, like military personal arsenals aren't really a thing in Canada. But I wouldn't say they're all hunting guns either. Joseph Cole, off topic. Have you seen the Mark Hamill, Patrick Stewart Grubhub commercial? It's a good laugh. I did see it, and I was really underwhelmed by it. It was kind of stupid. Platopia, I'm from California, and there's lifted pickup trucks everywhere. Yeah, I've heard that. Ryan K, I know what you mean. I'm from Edmonton. Broken Speaker, the Grubhub commercial is pretty funny. Hamill almost goes full Joker on one of them. I've only seen one of them, so I don't know how many there are. Hezraz, most Canadians with guns use them for hunting, not defense. Talakis, Rutherford's recollection was my favorite part. Seeing the Jem'Hadar attack cruiser in the Vulcan Air and Space Museum was a nice callback to DS9. Hezraz, I live in the Capital Region 2. Mr. Pete's channel needs 800 subbies. I love his name. It's just like, go to Mr. Pete's channel and subscribe. Star Wars Gate would have been a better name than Fandom Menace. Well, I'm not even going to get into that whole conversation. Skip. Captain Robert April. The term Fandom Menace was adopted because the main offender at the time was Disney's Star Wars, so it fit better. Yeah, no, I get that, but just BJ Vincent, I think when one has been angry for a very long time, one gets used to it and it becomes comfortable, like old leather. Finally, it becomes so familiar that one can't remember feeling any other way. Thank you. That is the quote. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions says that the Phantom Menace bully actors, etc. They do, and that's the other thing that pisses me off is their social crusade to take it out on the actors who are just doing their job. Like, that annoys me to no end. But Ozzy Rutherford was like Badgie this week. Kind of kick ass. Area 51. I think when one is there, it is, and finally it becomes so familiar. Yep. Hezraz. Yep, I misspoke. Some people use them for defense. BJ Turan. There is a difference between a gun collector and some fellow with six AR-15s and 100,000 rounds in his basement. Some of my relatives here. Yeah, no, absolutely agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Like I said, personal arsenals. But anyway, we're not going to get into gun politics because whatever. Mr. Pete's channel, there's a Canadian movie prop company that has full auto weapons. They got a special permit. Yes, absolutely. Hezraz, I'm not an expert, as I said. JSX, Soul Food Restaurants on Earth was a good DS9 reference. That was a fantastic reference, actually. Reference to the Vineyard and to Cisco's dad, which was great. Project Achieva, seeing a ship museum in general was super awesome. I don't think we have ever seen that on Star Trek. No, we haven't seen it, but we've heard about it. Like it got decommissioned and put in the museum. Like I would love to see the museum, the Starfleet Museum. I think the fan film of Gods and Men has a Starfleet Museum at the beginning, and I've seen different pictures of it from like the DeviantArt and stuff, where it's basically like a central space station with all the ships docked, so like you can go visit each ship. Like it's kind of a neat idea. Area 51. Beat me to it. About what? Hezraz. The people that fight about Star Trek remind me of people that fight over politics and religion, screaming and not listening. That is all I will say about that. Yeah. Not going to get into that argument either, but you should be able to listen to someone else's opinion and perhaps change your mind. My mind's been changed a lot of times on this show doing Trekyards. I'll make a statement or whatever, and then either over the course of videos or even in a particular video, you'll see me come to the realization that, holy shit, I'm an idiot and I was wrong. And I really like your point. You know, I'm going to stick by my original one with this aspect of it, but I'm going to adopt your aspect of that because I like that. That's how constructive conversations occur. You need to be open-minded enough to be willing to admit you're an idiot and you've made a mistake, or that your opinion is not the only one that matters or should be heard. And that, I think I very much am. I sometimes go back and watch old videos and why did I say that? Because I don't feel the same way anymore. But I mean, you know, you got to be willing to adapt and change. So, absolutely. Jonathan Dola. I would like to see deep philosophical thought-provoking Star Trek. With the style of Lower Decks, it probably won't have that. But the Pike show might. Hopefully they have good writers for that. Yeah, the Strange New Worlds is shaping up to be something that's going to be really good, I think. And hopefully they do have that kind of thought-provoking Star Trek, which I also like. But also sometimes I like the fun stuff. Sometimes the stupid episodes are the ones I enjoy more than this is the episode like fucking 8 of like the Klingon story. Worf's father and the Duras and getting deep down into Klingon politics. And people are like, that's a fantastic Star Trek episode. It's awesome. Plus, it's Klingon. And I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking care. It's boring, and I don't like it. I like the fun episodes that have nothing to do with anything. You know, sometimes I just like to have some fun and not be so bogged down in serious bullshit all the time. Listen, Jericho, off topic, but have you checked out Enola Holmes yet? I have not. It dropped to yesterday, Wednesday. I'll need to check that out. We're probably going to watch that on the weekend, Sylvia and me. So, Hezraz, I did like that there was a ship museum. I also like that they change up scenes for the trailers. Oh, absolutely. They do that all the time with trailers. Mr. Pete's channel, speaking of museum ships, do you think the Connie at Wolf 359 was a museum ship? No, it's probably just a ship. I mean, there's this story, if I don't know if it's in a novel or whatever, where that Constitution class refit that was, you saw part of the wreckage of in Wolf 359, was a museum ship that they pulled out of mothballs just to go to face the Borg, just to be another ship. But I don't believe it was. It's an interesting idea. But Area 51, it belongs in a museum. Well, so do you, Dr. Jones. YJ Wrangler, you don't have to read this, Cap. Okay, I'm not going to read it. Area 51, DJ Vincent beat me to the Picard quote. Jason O, nicely said, I've definitely changed how I feel about lower decks. Awesome, good to hear, Jason. BJ Turon, the fellow from the farm in the last episode with all the phaser rifles in his ready room must be an American despite his 3 arms. He's just crazy. Hez, I heard of it. It seems interesting. What do you think? He's talking to Lista Jericho, so I don't know. Lista Jericho, it was pretty good. Would have liked to have seen some of Cavill's Sherlock Holmes, more of Cavill's Sherlock Holmes. That's what I'm looking forward to the most in that. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions, the Connie refit at Wolf 359 was titled the USS Emden. Ryan K, I think it would take too much time to get a museum ship operational and combat ready. I tend to agree. Jonathan Dolha, the DS9 episode where O'Brien goes 3 hours into the future and his future self comes back was both deep and fun. Yes, absolutely. I've caught up to the chat. And then Hezraz was a comment. A major amount of actors in American shows are British or Irish now. I think they finally got a good speech coach to speak American accents. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Enola Holmes, but that's another topic for a Captain Foley personal channel video, which I need to start making. I really put in the comments right now if you would go. Okay, first thing, flood the comment section with, are you subscribed to Captain Foley personal channel? Yes, no, or I didn't know there was one. If you didn't know there was one, or you're not subscribed, just type in the search bar for YouTube, Captain Foley personal channel, Trekyards, and you'll find it. It's a separate channel. So if you didn't know about it, go check it out. We got a yes, did not know about it. Why not a dedicated Sherlock Holmes channel? Because I wouldn't have enough content, probably. Have you received the STO Baran Eagle Mouse model? I'm a little in love with the design. Yes, I have, actually. That'll be a video coming out soon. Because I'm going to do an unboxing of the Eagle Mouse shipment that came in. I also got the Andromeda at the same time, which I'm kind of in love with that. Where did you get that cool transporter pad? Is that a phone treasure? That transporter pad is from Hallmark. Yes, I know about the Captain channel. I was subbed a long time ago. Yeah, and sorry about that. I haven't been making content on there because I want to focus my other content on that, like Sherlock Holmes, Transformers, swords, um, Rocketeer, other shit. I got a lot of interests that I want to make videos on, and I just have not been putting videos on that channel, and I apologize for that, guys. I do want to diversify and put other stuff on there. I tend to, when I make a video, I'll put it on Trekyards, whether it's Trekyards related or not, just because we have a lot more subs and I'll get more chance for people to see it. So if you haven't subscribed to the Captain Foley personal channel, please go check it out. Please subscribe, and I will be making more videos, or videos specifically for that channel. And I want to know, put in the chat now, would you watch specific videos on like Transformers, G.I. Joe, 80s stuff, Sherlock Holmes, like I said, Phantom of the Opera, my sword collection, Egyptology. Like, I have a lot of varied interests. And would you guys be interested in checking some stuff out like that? And not always live chats like this, more like edited content, like my old captain's logs where I pick a topic and kind of talk about it. So if you guys would, let me know, because I want to get into that. So God damn it. Oh, fuck's sake. Grabbed the wrong battery. And yes, Paul, we need to go for another evening walk sometime soon, or go take the Camaro for a cruise. I took the Camaro out this afternoon. It was beautiful, beautiful day for it. Took it on the 401. It was just purring along, and just going for a cruise in that thing is great. So, yeah. So, anyway, you have a sword collection? Yes, I collect swords. I used to have 36 in my collection before my fucking divorce, and my ex-wife basically stole them all and sold them. So I had to rebuild the sword collection, and I'm still missing a lot of important pieces from it. But yes, I do have a sword collection, and I do know how to sword fight. I've taken medieval broadsword, kendo, and fencing. So I do know various kinds of sword fighting. Haven't done it for years and years and years. I'm out of shape, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. As I said, this is probably my favorite episode of Lower Decks so far. I'm going to save my point, like my scoring, for tomorrow for the live. The live will be at 5 Eastern Standard Time, so check that out. In the afternoon, we'll have our edited review come out, so check that out as well. It'll probably be about 20 minutes or so, talking about the episode, and then we'll have breakdown videos on some cool stuff. We got some ships in this, so who knows what kind of videos or topics we'll be talking about over the next little while, the next few days. So just stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave. We have 140 likes with 111 people here, which is great. And if anybody wants the last super chat slot, now is the time to slip one in, even $1, whatever, just to get that last super chat slot if you're interested. Paul Graham cruise video. Yeah, cruise videos aren't what all that they crack up to be, especially at night or whatever. Plus, I can't really play music, which takes away from the fun of a cruise anyway, because it's copyrighted. And but I don't know. We'll see. Some last super chat. So rolling in. The Ronin $1 and the Ronin $1. The Ronin out Ronin himself for the last super chat slot. So. E.R. Mixon's craziest theories. I feel bad for Dr. Crusher. If Sub Rosa had become public knowledge, that's a pretty embarrassing story. Yeah, pretty much. So yes, Ronan, you have the last super chat slot. So thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a fun live as always, and a fun episode of Lower Decks. Like I said, I'm looking forward to talking about tomorrow. So join the live tomorrow at 5 Eastern Standard Time, and hear Samuel's thoughts on it. I'm hoping he's going to like this episode, but Samuel, he sometimes surprises me. There's something about it he won't like or whatever, but we'll see. So tune in for that, guys. The Tinfoil Ninja, though, $2. Excuse me while I whip this out. Ooh, wow, that's pretty impressive. That's a $2, not a $1. Ooh. Ugh. Moose is great, Paul. Hey, maybe we'll do one. I'll have to probably edit it if we do one. That won't be a live one. And where would we cruise to, and what would we do? And I don't know. Yeah. But thank you all for watching. Have a good night and a good day tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Until then, I'm Captain Foley, signing off. Take care of yourself, guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm Jerry Springer.